The Sacramento Kings are quickly becoming one of the most entertaining teams to watch in all of the NBA. So far this season, they have been playing some very exciting and fantastic basketball. They currently have a record of 21-18, and that currently is good enough for them to be ranked 5th place in a very packed, very loaded Western Conference. And whenever I watch the Sacramento Kings and I look at their key rotational players, I just think to myself that we have to give huge props to their front office because they have done a tremendous job of turning this team around. Because if you look at the Sacramento Kings over the last 3 or 4 years and compare them to this season, it is so much different. And even I didn't see this coming, and I was big on the Sacramento Kings in the offseason. I made a video saying that they had one of the best off seasons in all of the NBA, but I definitely didn't see this success coming, and I didn't see them being this competitive. On any given night, they can beat just about any team in the NBA. Now, I think what the Sacramento Kings front office have done in recent memory is impressive on so many different levels, and the first thing that I take away from this situation that has gone down in about the last year and a half is that the Sacramento Kings, that they've had to make some moves that everyone or a lot of people did not agree with at all. We can start with the Tyrese Halliburton trade. A lot of people wouldn't understand that trade, and I would say the average NBA fan wouldn't get it. Like, if you're not deep into basketball, because it's not an easy trade to understand, because Tyrese Halliburton, he's a very young, promising player. He was a lottery pick, and it was just like, why would you trade him away so soon? But if we look at Tyrese Halliburton right now and the success that he's having in Indiana, and he's having a great year so far this season. I believe he's an all-star, but I think he can only be that successful if he's that guy, like if he's the number one option, and if the offense is 100% being ran through him. And we look at his situation, and in Sacramento, he has a guy that plays the same exact position as him, so I thought it made a lot of sense to move Tyrese Halliburton, and they brought in Domantas Sabonis, who has been playing out of his mind for the Sacramento Kings, and we're gonna dive into him later in this video. And another move that I feel like that the Sacramento Kings had to make this offseason came with the NBA draft. A lot of people thought that they should have drafted Jaden Ivey instead of Keegan Murray. And again, I feel like the Jaden Ivey Keegan Murray situation, this is just one of those things that you have to take a perspective on. And it's really the same thing with the Tyrese Halliburton situation. We look at Jaden Ivey, electric basketball player, plays the same position as De'Aaron Fox, and they both have very similar playing styles. They both love to get downhill and attack the rim, and they both aren't the great three-point shooters. So the Sacramento Kings, I'm pretty sure their front office are looking at it like, we would love to have a player with this potential, but we already have one with De'Aaron Fox, and we don't really think their game would mesh well together, which I 100% agree with, which is why a guy like Keegan Murray makes so much more sense. He plays the small forward, power forward position. Offensively, he can do so many things without the basketball in his hands, which is very important when he's playing with Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. He can knock down the three-point shot, great cutter, can finish around the rim, and he can also make some things happen with the basketball in his hands. And more importantly, he has the ability to make his moves very quickly. He only need about 1 to 3 dribbles. He doesn't need the whole shot clock. So things like that, offensively, very important for the Kings. And defensively, Keegan Murray, he has some great upside. He is a guy that can potentially guard 1 through 4 in this league one day. So I thought Keegan Murray made a lot more sense for the Sacramento Kings. So I feel like those two moves right there, at the first time that they happened, a lot of people did not agree with. And also, they made some great trades this offseason. Well, I should say that they made a great trade and also a great free agency signing. Bringing in Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk has been so key for the Sacramento Kings offense this year. And both of these guys have been very explosive. Kevin Huerter, he's one of the best three-point shooters in the NBA according to the percentage right now, and he's going to participate in the three-point competition this All-Star weekend, so that's very exciting. And then Malik Monk, he's he's the guy that's going to come in from the second unit and keep that offense steady. He's a guy that can run your offense. He can run the pick and roll. He can score in isolation. And whenever he runs with the starters, he can play without the basketball in his hands. So he's great around De'Aaron Fox and Sabonis, and he's great for that second unit. So I feel like bringing those two guys in were very important. So we just listed like 4 things that this front office has done. They made the trade for Sabonis, giving up on Tyrese Halliburton, who we see was an amazing player, but the trade just works out so much better for both franchises. They also passed on Jaden Ivey and picked up Keegan Murray, and then they went out and got Kevin Huerter and Malik Monk, and now the Sacramento Kings, they are one of the most dangerous offensive teams in all of the NBA. Now, when it comes to the offense of the Sacramento Kings and what makes them so special, I don't even know where to start. And one thing that stands out to me is that they legitimately have about 5 or 6 guys that can go out and get you 30 points. And tonight they played the Orlando Magic. I just got done watching this game, and De'Aaron Fox, the best player on the team, the guy that averages the most points, I believe he's averaging around 24-25 points per game. He finished with 11. And the Kings still won this game by at least 18 points. So it was a dominant win, and they didn't get a dominant performance from De'Aaron Fox, or he wasn't dominating by scoring the basketball. He finished with 9 assists. But the guy with the game high for the Kings tonight was Harrison Barnes. He finished with 30 points, and I was watching the game. I don't believe he missed. So I think it's pretty cool that the Kings, they can go out there, they can blow a team out, and they don't need their best player to go out and get them 25 to 30 points. And another thing that I love about the Sacramento Kings offense, and I've said this so many times this season, and I don't mind saying it again because this is like an art form to me, and it looks like poetry, but just in basketball. But with this play, we all know the Sacramento Kings, they probably run the most dribble handoffs in the NBA, and a lot of the time it's happening between Kevin Huerter and Sabonis. But I love the play that Mike Brown used to get these guys into this set, because the play is so simple, but yet it's so complicated for teams to defend because there's so many options for the Kings to do out of this play. Now with this play, what I'll see is Sabonis, he's going to be on the weak side and he's going to get a post up ISO. Kevin Huerter, he's going to be lined up near the block or near the baseline, and one of the forwards, Keegan Murray or Harrison Barnes, they're going to set a down screen for him, and he's going to use that screen, and the first look is going to be for him to get an easy 3-point shot. Sabonis, he's proved to be one of the best passers in all of the NBA this season, so he's putting that thing right into guys' shooting pocket. So if he's open off coming off that screen, that's an easy pass, easy 3. But if the defense defends that, now Sabonis, he's skilled enough, he's going to dribble that ball to the top of the key, and then they get into their dribble handoff action. And again, the first look is for Kevin Huerter to get that 3. If the guy defending him goes under, that's an easy 3-point shot. And then if they defend that, now it turns into a pick and roll, which I believe is so hard to defend when Sabonis is the roll man. Now we look at a 2-man situation between Kevin Huerter, one of the best 3-point shooters in the NBA, and Sabonis, one of the most skilled bigs in the NBA. It makes it very hard for the defense to defend, because when they're running that pick and roll situation, especially when they got the whole weak side to themselves, that's a lot of space. You want your big to get out there and hedge on Kevin Huerter. If not, that's an easy 3-point shot for him. And once that big does hedge, he's going to slip that ball right to Sabonis, and this is where he's very dangerous because of his skill set, because when he's catching that ball on a short roll, and when I say short roll, that means he's like catching it outside of the paint, he's catching it around the top of the key, that mid-range area. He has the ability to do so many different things. He can rise up and knock down the mid-range jump shot. He could put the basketball on the floor, get to the rim, and finish strong. He can also put his back to the basket and play some bully ball. And Sabonis is so much stronger than he looks, and also he has the ability to make a play for his teammates. So on that short roll, he is a true triple threat. He can pass, he can shoot it, or he can dribble the basketball. So I love Sabonis in these pick and roll situations. Now I know this video is getting long, but I feel like I haven't been making videos in forever, so I just been rambling on, so forgive me. But I cannot end this video without talking about De'Aaron Fox, who I know by the time those all-star reserves come out, he better be a part of the team. And I didn't say a starter because Stephen Curry, the amount of votes that he's gotten is just insane. But when those reserves come out, I just know De'Aaron Fox, he better be a part of the Western Conference All-Stars because it is long overdue. But what he's been doing so far this season is nothing short of impressive, and he's just been a dog. He's been a DAWG, and I call him a dog because when that fourth quarter comes around and is very tight and palms are getting sweaty, he does not shy away from the moment. And the stuff that he does in the fourth quarter, he just plays his game. He doesn't force threes or he doesn't force bad shots. He gets to his spots, he gets in the lane, he gets to the rim, and he takes high quality shots and he makes them. So De'Aaron Fox, he's become Mr. Fourth Quarter this year, and I believe he's leading all of the NBA in clutch time points. So I feel like De'Aaron Fox, he's having a big time season. Had to bring that up, and I feel like this front office have done a great job of putting quality pieces around him because now they're one of the more competitive teams in the Western Conference, and no team is going to get an easy win against them this season. But that's going to be it for this video. If you guys enjoyed, please leave a like, comment down below if you agree or disagree, and then subscribe for more weekly content. We do this all the time, man, and that's curtains.